Keezer is not with us tonight.
A lot of guests are.
We do have which is probably good because I don't know if we had enough room on the screen for everybody if Jerry was with us. So.
Jerry takes up a lot of room.
You're just saying that because he's not here.
I can say that because he's not here.
Coming at you live from the Ron Miller Race Cars Studio, it's the Hammer Down Racing Report presented by Oakshade Raceway, live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube as well, and of course you can listen to us anytime on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever. It's all good. You can also check out HammerdownRacingReport.com. I actually updated the website.
Aren't you special?
It's a little prettier now, and it's got more. There's something new.
Really?
The Hammer Down Army. There's the KISS Army.
Yeah.
Now there's the Hammer Down Army.
Really?
Yeah, all it is a little email newsletter thing. That's all it is. So if we get we're not going to spam you if you sign up for it. So if go to HammerdownRacingReport.com, you can sign up for a little newsletter. I don't really have any set.
But if we find out they haven't been signing up, we're going to start drafting them into the Hammer Down Army, right?
Yeah, that's kind of weird, but sure.
We can draft them if they don't sign up. So
anyway,
we're watching.
If you want some special offers from our sponsors, then sign up there. Or special news behind the scenes stuff from us. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with it yet, so you're taking your chances if you sign up for it. Make sure to rate us and review on Facebook or whatever podcasting platform you use. We could use a little recovery from that 1-star review we got from the person complaining about the barking dogs.
Obviously, he doesn't own a dog.
No. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to when we didn't have use of the studio anymore, and we kind of all had to be at
improvise.
Home. So, yeah, the best we could. I thought we did all right. The best of Toledo from Toledo City Paper. They have announced the winners, and yours truly, the Hammer Down Racing Report, was not a winner. Unfortunately, we did not win. I did look into the winners because I was just curious, and the winners were not from, this is not right, were not from Toledo, as a matter of fact.
Unless Texas is a suburb of Toledo, Scott.
I'm pretty sure it was Texas where this person is based. It's kind of a national deal. I'm trying to find it now. Now I can't find it. I'm on the Toledo City Paper page, and you think it would be right there, easy to find the results, but 419 Grind, they are local. They were the runner-up. I do remember that off the top of my head, and I don't have a problem. We don't share an audience with them. I think we're kind of a little bit different there as far as our target audiences. Yeah, I give up. I'm not going to find that, so we'll just. I'm sure we were third. They only announced the top two, but I'm sure we were third. So thank you, everybody, for voting. I know a lot of people did, and we appreciate it. Oakshade Raceway, it's cool just to be nominated because we're like one of the 6 best. I think there were 6 nominees.
Right.
So I guess that means we're one of the 6 best podcasts in Toledo. 3 times.
And the one from Texas.
And
I won't be a sore loser.
Queen
That's okay.
Silva
You're not going to hear any more from me.
Yeah, also not our target audience. We do not have audience overlap, I don't think, too greatly with either of those other podcasts.
We do have a lot of listeners in India, though.
We do, according to our podcast metrics, yeah. Got to thank Oakshade Raceway. We're the fastest meet to race racing every Saturday night during race season. Right now, working on that 2022 schedule. Make sure to follow them on social or visit oakshaderaceway.com. And so far, the only official date I have is the Summer Nationals, July 16th, 2022. That's this year. And unofficially, the opening day was April 30th, I believe.
Right.
So as soon as we get that schedule, we'll let you know. Also, we're welcoming a brand new sponsor tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Another one?
Another one, yeah. Bentley Shaw was with us a few weeks ago, a month ago. I don't remember when that was. Yeah. What? There it is. Right there. Dominator Race Products. Check out DominatorRaceProducts.com to check out hood scoops, nose and tail, and other body panels, wheel covers, and pretty much any other part for dirt late models, modified sprint cars, street stocks, and more. DominatorRaceProducts.com. or call 419-923-6970. Also available at fine dealers across the USA, like Romula Race Cars.
Yeah.
I do believe. So, got to thank Big D's Pizza and Romula Race Cars, freeze frame photos, and Headhunters Barber Studio and Salon, also sponsoring us. Tonight on the show, we're talking quarter midget racing. We got the guys from the Capitol Quarter Midget Association up there in Lansing, Michigan, joining us here. Let's bring everybody in.
The quarter midget shows have proven to work out pretty well for us, Scott, and it's really neat to give some of the young up and coming racers a chance to talk in front of an audience.
Yeah.
Not that we want to scare them.
And it always seems to be the one with the most people too, because we've got some directors and drivers with us. As you can tell, the guys without the facial hair are probably most likely the drivers. Everybody else here, we have Anthony Osborne. He's the guy that actually reached out to us, a rookie director, and I believe relatively new to quarter midget racing, right, Anthony?
Yeah, we will be entering into our second year. Last year, we were one of the scholarship recipients for the track. And so we were one of the groups that the scholarship opportunity stuck with, and we're here to stay.
All right. Down there in the Delta Racing window, we have President Dustin Weber. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Yep, that's the correct pronunciation.
Okay. And also joining us, Josh Delhi?
Deal. As in, shut up and deal, Scott.
I think it was spelled wrong when it was texted to me. I'm blaming that one on Anthony because it's not Delhi then. Oh yeah, deal right there on the screen. See, if I would have just looked. All right, and then of course we have racers with us as well. We got Miles Osborne, Jackson, not Delhi, deal, and Lucas down there in the Delta Racing window. Hi guys.
Hello.
So,
Thanks for having us.
Now, you guys are all up in the Jackson, all up in the, I saw your name.
Lansing area.
The Lansing area. Jackson's not too far. I used to work at the radio station, the student radio station at Michigan State.
Yeah.
Up there, and we had a lot of listeners at Jackson, the jail or prison, whatever that is.
4 or 5 of them. Yeah.
A lot. They wrote us a lot of letters, so they're not that far apart. Anyways, you guys are around the Lansing area. Give us a little history about the Capitol Quarter Midget Association.
So it sounds like you have some familiarity with quarter midgets. You know, they started as supposedly a quarter scale of a full-size midget, and back when they started, they looked almost identical to the midgets that were being run, just with a 2.5 horsepower Continental motor, with no roll cage over the top for the kids, and essentially just a little lap belt that was keeping them in. Now, Lansing is actually one of the longest and running and oldest tracks in the country. It was started over 60 years ago, right in that golden age of dirt car and midget and sprint and champ car racing. And it actually started as a dirt track just for a couple of years. And then it went to a pavement track, and it's been in the exact same configuration for nearly 60 years. And what's really cool about that is that somebody like Dave Darland raced on the same track that Ed Carpenter raced on, that now Miles and Lucas and Jack are racing on. And it's been right behind. There's been multiple restaurants in front of it. Right now it's Reno's North. It used to be Richard's Pigeon Inn. And then even before that, there was another restaurant. But it's essentially been the same track for all of those years. And it's just a really cool track. It's really tight. The smallest track in our region, the Midwestern region, and it makes for some tight, fun, tough racing. And if you hear some of the kids that used to race on that track that have come out of it, you can see how it breeds really good racers. You look at Carson Hosevar, who's in the truck series right now. He started there. Eric Jones, the NASCAR driver, started there. So a lot of these, great drivers kind of cut their teeth on this track, and it really makes for good racing.
As far as size go, are you're familiar with the track we have here in the Toledo area at the Lucas County Rec Center.
Yes, sir. It held the
Is-
nationals last year.
Okay. Is it, as far as the track size, is it about the same as that? Smaller than that?
It's about 10 feet. I shouldn't say 10. I know exactly the difference. It's 13 feet shorter, and it's about 10 feet tighter. And the Toledo track's banked. And so what's cool about these tracks is they have all these different styles and configurations. So whereas Toledo's really banked, Lansing's pretty flat. So different setups, different patterns that you have to run, and really different skill sets.
Now, your track is located, I was talking to Anthony the other day, in the northern end of Lansing.
Yes, sir. Right near off of 127 and 69. It's just right off of the highway.
And when do you guys race? Right once race season picks up.
I can turn this over to Dustin. He can talk a little bit about the schedule.
Okay.
Yep, our opening weekend is going to be April 9th. We're going to have just like a rookie day and a tri ride session all day long. So what the tri ride is, we haven't exactly posted it on Facebook yet, but that's where all the members bring a car. We have a couple like track cars, and people can sign up for certain time slots, and they can try 10 laps on the track. Just bring your kid. We have all the gear. Put your kid in the car. We get them some laps, see if they like it or not.
What's the age requirements for that?
Quarter midgets is you can start at 4.5, and then you can race red rookie at 5, and then it goes all the way up to I think 17. I think they used to be 16, but then they added a year on to the end of it, I think last year. So yeah, any kid 5 to 17 can come out on April 9th. Yep.
What's the cost involved with that?
$10 for 10 laps.
No, April 9th is a Saturday.
That is a Saturday.
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
I believe you have plans that day, Ron.
maybe. I do indeed.
So that's do you guys run then weekly after that?
We run about once a month usually.
Okay.
Because the club level can't schedule a race over a regional or a national, so it kind of gets kind of tricky figuring out dates you can run at your club. But we have a total of I think 13 total races this year, beginning in April and ending in October. So about once a month. It's up on our Facebook page. I think we posted it maybe 3 weeks ago or so. It's one of the top posts that's on there right now. So
What's the Facebook page so people can find?
Capitol Quarter Midgets Association.
Just search for that and you can find it. So what do you guys, as far as you three racers there and racing dads, how often then do you guys race? Because obviously just once a month then up in Lansing, but I'm assuming you guys travel around then with these other series. Can one of you guys talk a little bit more about that?
Josh, you go ahead. You're probably the busiest out of us three. So
Yeah, we've kind of been in it the longest. You can race year round. Like just this last weekend, we were in Fontana, California for a national race. There are 10 tracks in the Midwest region that have races throughout the spring, summer, and fall, and then races down south during the winter. And there's also even an indoor series down at the Ohio State Fairgrounds in Columbus that you can race pretty much year round, almost every weekend. So it just depends on the series you want to run and the commitment you want to make. If you just want to race a couple of times a year, you can just race at the club level. But if you kind of make it your life and your family time, then you can race pretty much all the time.
So where, I guess, asking the drivers now, let's start with Jackson there. Where's your favorite place to race, and how long have you been racing?
So I've been racing for about 6-ish years. I'll be starting my 6th year. And I don't really have a favorite track, but I've had tracks that I've had more success at than others. So let's say the Toledo track. I really enjoy that track. I won my first 2 national level races there. then also Lansing has been the track I've raced at for so many years. I love that track. But then there's also some of the tracks that are closer to our house, like Kokomo, Indiana. That track's also an extremely fun track that I like driving at.
How'd you do in California last week?
We won 2 of the 4 national races we competed in and
Well,
finished.
congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Is that what I see behind you there? Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of
That's
the
the
banners.
banners.
Very nice. Very nice. What about you, Miles? I guess you've just got one year under your belt. Where's your favorite place to race?
Probably McNally Speedway.
McNulty? Is that the dirt track down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
right. Do you guys run on dirt very often, or is it mostly asphalt paved tracks?
Well, there's a dirt series and a pavement series. Since Lansing is pavement, you'll see what most of us will race pavement more. But that McNulty Speedway is a ton of fun. And they set the schedule up outside of the pavement races, so it's pretty easy for us to flip our cars over and get down there.
What is involved to flip it from running on the asphalt to the dirt?
See, you want me to tell all my secrets here?
Well, I mean, just
Where do you start?
In general, what would people need to change? Tires?
Yep, tires. You need to shift all of your weight over to the right side and get your ride height set so it's leading on those right side tires. And you, like you said, you can run different compounds. So, minor adjustments, but a minor adjustment in a quarter midget goes a long way.
What kind of suspension is
They've
there?
got coilovers, Scott.
Do they really?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm thinking these things are more stiff like a go-kart.
Oh,
I didn't realize
No.
Okay.
No,
So, go ahead.
yeah, so coilover shocks. Jack's car has an independent front suspension in it. There's a ton of technology that goes into the cars. You'd be surprised until you see it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of engineering in that."
So back to Miles here. Why do you like the dirt track there?
Just when you're riding in the car, you can just feel yourself moving around and just bumping in the car. It's just so much fun. It's just very fun the way you move around like that.
Do you find it more challenging to run on the dirt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
People can't hear you shaking your head, but Ron appreciates the dirt thing, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, I know you do. What about Lucas? How long you been running, and what's your favorite track?
Yeah, I've been racing for 4 years, and probably my favorite track is Kalamazoo, just because of the banking going through the turn. You can feel your body just suck down in the turn of how fast you get down off the banking.
Uh-huh.
I can imagine there's probably a lot of G-forces in those things. I've only seen these things run at the Toledo track, and just watching them, even on, it's a bank track, and it's like slot cars. They're just stuck to the track. It's incredible that, I mean, how many laps is a typical race for you guys? And do you run like heat races and features?
Yep.
Anybody?
Yeah. Go ahead, Jackson.
We do. So we run a heat race feature type format, about exactly the same as, let's say, midget cars. And so we'll have, for the rookie cars, they'll normally have 10-lap heat races and 20-lap features. For the junior classes, for like people who are above average for rookies, but until 9 years old, they'll be running 15-lap heat races and 30-lap A mains. And then for the older classes, like the heavy and senior classes, you have to be over 9 to run them. They have 20-lap heat races and 40-lap features.
Wow. Do caution laps don't count then, do they?
No.
Okay.
Lucas, how about your career? What are the high points in your career? You've been racing a while now.
Yeah, I've been racing for 4 years. Probably the biggest race that I've won in was this year at the Rumble in Fort Wayne, where I got the win in senior Honda.
Nice.
That's pretty cool to be in the same building as a lot of big names in racing.
Yeah, Tony Stewart goes there. He drives his midget. Rico Abreu, he drives his midget there. Tony Stewart and Rico Abreu are on the same team for the midgets at the Rumble. Yeah.
Did they interview you after you won?
Yeah.
That was Jerry. He's our other co-host. He's not here tonight, unfortunately. But so you've talked to Jerry.
Yeah.
He's a pretty crazy guy. So what, Lucas? Who? I mean, you mentioned some drivers there. Who do you kind of look up to as far as drivers?
Yeah, Tony Stewart. He's kind of my favorite driver. So when I go there, I kind of like to watch him at the Rumble to see how he does and all the sessions there.
He seems like he might be a little bit before your time, but that's kind of cool. Why do you like Tony Stewart?
I don't know. He's just a pretty fast guy. He can go anywhere and be pretty consistent with other drivers.
How do you feel about Kyle Larson?
Yeah, he's been really fast. I mean, he can drive in any car and be about really consistent in every race. I mean.
Okay. Those are all politically correct answers. Jackson made a face there. What was that about?
I'm not 100% a Kyle Larson fan.
No, why's that?
Neither is Chase Elliott.
That's blasphemy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's too young.
So who do you look up to, Jackson?
Well, I was a little bit, I initially started as a Kyle Busch fan, and over the years I've watched him, and every single time he's just caught my eye.
He's good.
And some other drivers from other series like Alexander Rossi, he's just amazing. And in Formula One, I normally cheer for Max Verstappen. So those three drivers are really the people I look up to.
You seem to be pretty tuned into racing. Have you seen a difference in Kyle Busch's demeanor since he got married and had a couple of kids? Seems like he's settled down a little bit. Maybe not in a race car, but seems like he's.
He still complains the same.
Yeah, he does. But it seems like he's gotten a lot closer to the fans.
Yeah. And actually, just this past weekend when we were in Fontana, California, him and his family came down and did the quarter midget race there, and it was really cool.
Really?
To see him and all of his crew, and it was really cool.
Well, his son was racing.
Yeah.
That's right. He's been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Miles, what about your racing heroes? You got anybody you look up to?
Kurt Busch and Lucas.
Kurt Busch and Lucas?
Yeah.
Lucas, like right there next to you on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Look at that, Lucas. You got driver already looking up to you. How's that make you feel?
I don't know. Pretty good, I guess.
Do you feel like you have to be a good role model now?
I mean, I guess so. I guess I could teach him some stuff. I don't know.
He's going to have to be fast this year to keep Miles off his bumper this year.
So what, Miles, what's your future aspirations here once you're done quarter midget racing? I mean, do you want to go midget racing, maybe up to NASCAR, or go the IndyCar route, or what? Where do you see yourself when you become an adult?
Either driving a midget or an NBA superstar.
An NBA superstar?
Yeah.
As in basketball, right? I just went to a Pistons game over the
That
weekend.
pays pretty well too. So yeah, good thought.
Okay, fair enough. What about you, Lucas? Where would you like to end up in your racing career?
Probably a dirt sprint car USAC racer.
Okay. You're just going for the narrow, very very focused, as opposed to like Kyle Larson or Tony Stewart that races and everything. But that's okay. What about you, Jackson?
Really anything in the big leagues. Like it's honestly, anything. Like let's say I'd like to run in the midget series, the NASCAR series, or the IndyCar series. One of those three would be a dream come true.
Fair enough. Now, is quarter midgets, you guys, I'm guessing, are all in agreement a good place to get started in racing?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
How do you guys feel about go-karts? Because I know a lot of people are into the go-kart racing.
Well, it's interesting. I think it's a different skill set, in terms of, what sort of skills you want to learn with racing. I know a lot of the kids that come from quarter midget racing and they move up into open wheel or to late models or legends, they say everything in the bigger cars happens a lot slower than it does in quarter midgets. So just developing those instincts and to be able to race so closely with people and make split-second decisions, it's just kind of a different skill set that you have, and it's incredibly safe. It's, as racing goes, to have your kid in something that's so safe, completely in a cage, with full 5-point harness belts. It's a great, safe, fun, family-oriented way to start.
So say there's a family out there listening, has a young kid. I won't say son because females. We've had lots of female quarter midget racers in here that have actually graduated up to full size stock cars.
Absolutely.
But what do you say to them if they're kind of like they're out there? They've watched the races, but they have no idea how to get into it. What do you recommend the path and first steps for people to get into it? Maybe Anthony might be a good person to answer this since you're relatively new to the sport.
Yeah, so, a lot of these clubs will have Facebook pages and stuff like that, and a lot of the clubs do the try rides like what we'll do. And I've noticed that, there's quite a few clubs out there that we've, from tracks that we went to that have scholarship cars for kids who are just don't really know much about the sport. Families don't know much about it, just to get their feet wet a little bit in the sport. That's how we got into the sport, is through looking up racing. Miles was riding a dirt bike, and it just didn't work out for him that well. So we found quarter midget racing through Facebook, filled out an application to get involved, and we got accepted to be into it. So you can do that, and just the try ride setups are a really good way to see whether you're going to be interested or not. The try rides are very big and very important, and almost every track has them. So
we'll take our cars to certain places.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we sometimes, you might be able to find us out at, other events and stuff with our cars, like car shows and things like that. So
what is this scholarship thing you're talking about? How can people get that?
So you can go on our website or on the Facebook page at Capital City Quarter Midgets, and we've got an application you could fill out, and that gets you an opportunity to get into one of, we have 3 scholarship cars this year that are club owned, and we'll put you in those cars. You guys, the parents can learn the process of car setup and things like that by taking it home and doing that stuff at home. The only thing that's required out of you is your USAC membership and your club membership, and then a lot of the safety equipment that you need for your personal self. But we've talked as a club, and there's ways for us to help out people and stuff to get some of those things as well, those safety equipment things as well that they might need if they're just not prepared that fast. But it's as simple as filling out an application on our website.
Now, you dads, I'm assuming that this is almost as much fun for you guys to watch the little ones out there racing as it is for them to actually do the racing. Am I right?
Absolutely. I can tell you that I used to race, and the moment that I saw him take his first checkered flag, it blew away anything I'd ever experienced. And to be able to spend the time working on the cars and at the track and traveling, with your kids, with your family, it's a beautiful sport that truly you all contribute to the team, and you share in the successes and failures as a family. It's such a, like you watch a soccer game and it's coached by somebody and there are a bunch of other players, but this is truly your family going out and competing and going through the process together. It's just a beautiful experience.
Here's a question for the racers. I know a lot of tracks, and I've seen a couple of mom races at the Toledo track. Have any of you guys let your mom drive your car?
I have, and it was definitely an experience. So
Yeah, I was there for that.
Yeah.
yeah, we weren't at there. So she, at the time, she was a little taller than me, and we still had a poured seat, so I was a little smaller. And when she got into the car, it was a really tight squeeze, and her knees were going through the frame and everything. And with the cars I have, with the throttle, it's like right here, and here's the body. And if your foot's too big, it will hit the body and get stuck. And what happened was when she hit the gas, her foot got pinned to the bottom of the on the body. And because I was still pretty small at the time, she couldn't reach the switch, and she went right through someone.
Oh, she went fast for a while, though, didn't she?
About 3/4 of a lap, and she hit everything.
She didn't break the car, did she?
Yes, actually caused about $150 worth of damage.
Oh, Lucas, how about you?
I think I've had my mom race, right?
Yep, in the car.
Yeah,
Miles has.
Yeah, she didn't crash at that. She was decent. I think she got second or third, I think.
No, she lapped everybody.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh.
She was that good.
Miles?
Yeah.
My mom never drives my car, but I really was hoping she'd say yes when we offered her if she wanted to. I really wanted her to say yes and see what would have happened.
Maybe this year?
Yeah, I really hope that happens this year.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Marsh family.
Yes.
Braden
Yes.
Marsh and Miranda, and their mom drove a race that I watched at Toledo, and it was entertaining.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was great, but it was entertaining.
I've never heard of the mom's race thing. This does sound like it would be
yes.
fun, though.
Oh, yes.
And
I don't know.
expensive.
I don't know if she ever told you, but Miranda won the scholarship or scholar athlete award for all of the Midwest region. She's
Really?
quite the driver and student. So great family.
Now, she ran a sportsman car down here last summer, and she's stepping away, and Braden's going to run that car this year. So
Yeah.
I did not know that.
we'll see how that goes.
How old's Braden?
Old enough to drive.
Okay.
He's bigger than you are.
As long as
I think that's why he's not running quarter midgets anymore.
okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want my foot to get stuck there.
I think Braden's only 14, but he's a big boy.
Okay. So what? Let's go through one more time here, everybody. What event? We'll start, I guess, with Jackson here, since we were talking to you last. What event are you most looking forward to this season, this upcoming season?
Well,
Or did you already have it in California? Was that the?
No, that wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really excited for the national race down in Indianapolis inside the 500 Speedway.
Oh, yeah.
That is like the biggest race of the year, and it didn't happen last year because it was on dirt, and we didn't have the time to change the cars and everything. And so finally we get to go back to the Brickyard and race there, maybe for the last time, and see if we can finally win a race there.
Will it be on dirt again this year?
No, it will be pavement.
Okay. What about you, Miles? What are you most looking forward to this year?
Midwest.
Probably mini Indy.
Mini Indy. Okay, it's probably better than Maxi Indy. Big Indy. I don't know where I'm going with that. What about you,
Mini
Lucas?
Indy this is. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Give us a little more on Mini Indy.
Oh, I was just going to tell you, his Mini Indy is this is the last year of the Mini Indy track. So Miles wants to be able to go get a little piece of history in there, put his
Sure.
wheeling skills out there one time before it goes bye-bye.
Very cool. And what about you, Lucas? What are you looking forward to most this year?
Yeah. I think we're gonna do the Midwest series.
Where all does the Midwest series run?
I think it's around all the tracks. I think.
All the tracks in the Midwestern region.
Yeah, it's usually an 11 race series, but they kind of went to a split season because of COVID 2 years ago. So they alternate tracks. So I can't remember what tracks it is this year, but we typically don't run the whole series, but we're going to do that this year. And then probably they just added the last Dirt National is at Eldora this year. So we're going to try to hit that race probably.
Awesome. Did you guys race for trophies? I'm assuming. I don't think you guys race for money, right?
Well, no money involved except buying everything.
Just fixing, and fixing everything.
A wise person once told me that race car parts were free, and I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
Is this true, Ron? You've been overcharging me all these years.
Maybe.
You guys got any? Before we let you go, you guys got any sponsors? We'll stick with you, Lucas. You have any sponsors that help you out in the car? Kind of gives you.
My grandpa, Curbs Plus Inc. That's really it. Heligraphics. Baker Racing Engines, NC Chassis, Advanced Racing Products, Advanced Shocks.
Hell, you got more sponsors than I do.
Yeah. Who's your chassis builder?
NC Chassis.
Okay.
Cool. What about you, Miles? You got some sponsors?
Proc Rocket and my grandma and grandpa.
Grandma and grandpa, those are good
Seems like
sponsors.
grandparents are a big part of a lot of people's racing.
What about you, Jackson?
All right, this is a long list. He'll probably say the rest of them if I forget because it's difficult. So our main ones are Ultimate QM and AFCO race cars, AFCO shocks. We've got the AGR Fat Boys, Baker Racing Engines, of course, the best engines you can find anywhere.
He's a good spokesman.
We have too many.
Heligraphics, we're welcoming on Second Shift Motorsports as a sponsor this year, and really grateful for Marcy and Mike Nye, DF Seeds, and Grandpa, another big one.
Another grandpa. Gotta like grandpas. So again, people that are interested in getting involved in quarter midget racing or racing just in general, April 9th is what do you have your the $10 for 10 laps, and that's at the track up there in Lansing.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
And we'll make a post, and there'll be like a sign up genius.
Now we have a local team that just bought a car. What's the first time they could come up and run some practice?
So opening track is the week before that. So the track will be open the weekend before.
That'll be the 2nd.
Yep. So April 2nd, tentative, based off the weather. If the weather's terrible, if we get some,
Sure.
kind of, snow thing, but tentatively April 2nd, it'll be open. But they need to hit it, get a hold of one of the board members, get their USAC filled out, get their track membership stuff filled out, and then come to the track or get a hold of one of the board members and get their car safety. We need to go through their car and make sure,
Sure.
check off the car and everything. But that's a basic just get a hold of a board member, get with us, and we'll get them all squared away.
Very good.
Okay, and the $10 for 10 lap thing, they do have to sign up ahead of time. They can't just show up.
They can still show up anytime. They just might have to wait a little while so we can fit them into a time slot. So,
Gotcha. And you'll have the safety. They don't have to bring any safety equipment. You'll have the safety equipment, everything there.
Yep, just mainly just closed-toe shoes is about it. We'll have a suit, some kind of neck restraint, gloves, and a helmet.
Awesome. Now the car that you put these kids into, for the first time, is this like a special kind of deal where it's not as fast as the other cars, or is this like?
Usually, yeah, we'll most of the cars with the way the throttle's set up, they have an adjustable throttle stop. So we'll either unhook the throttle so it's just idling around, or we'll limit the amount of throttle the kid can use.
But I'm assuming it still goes pretty fast.
We kind of tone them down a little bit, yeah.
So any aspiring racer that wants to practice on the tri-ride from 4.5 years on up?
Correct, yep.
And your website is capitalquartermidgets.com, I believe, yeah.
Yep.
So information can be found there, or best way to contact you guys is on the Facebook page.
On Facebook, yes.
So just search Capitol Quarter Midget Racing, and should be able to hook up with you guys. I want to thank everybody for coming on and wish you the best this season.
Thank you so much for having us. This was a lot of fun.
Racers, dads, you guys all presented yourselves very well. Really proud of the young racers we've got here.
It's so amazing, and I hope other families get to experience it. It's something I'll never forget.
And this is your 63rd year, I saw, for racing there.
Yep. 63rd year. Yep. If we could give a quick shout out to RE Olds, they came on as a title sponsor this year and helped us out, which was huge. They're right there in Lansing. They have a really nice Oldsmobile museum. And then also Reno's, we leased that property from them. And Jesse's always been really helpful with anything we've ever, asked her to do. So I just want to give a shout out to those two people and organizations.
There you go. Again, we appreciate it.
Just a heads up, we actually entered one of our track cars into the Ariel Museum tonight. It's probably being delivered there right now. So,
well, that's pretty cool.
Like a
is it
old car?
Classic?
No, actually, this particular one is one of the club members' cars, and then we'll kind of be alternating them out throughout this season.
All right.
Now, do you guys have a local champion of the track there, or each year?
Yeah, it depends on if there's enough cars for each class. We'll do a champion for that class.
So you should make the champion have their car put in that museum for the off season, of course.
Like
it's
the
kind of
Daytona
tough, though.
500
If you race indoors, you can't have your car
that's
too long.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like Josh said, you could race every weekend.
I guess you just need more cars, right?
Right.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
All right, guys. We appreciate the time.
Yep. Thanks for having us
All right,
on.
Thanks
you very
a lot.
much.
All right, thank you.
See you guys.
Good luck, racers.
All right. Yep, thank you.
Capitol Quarter Midget
Yeah.
Association.
Nice group.
Yeah. All the Quarter Midget guys we talk with. We've had
They
the
really
Toledo
have.
guys on a few times.
Yep.
And I got to get out to one of those events. I got to check out that McNulty Speedway too, the dirt.
I haven't been to that one yet.
Oh, I've only seen pictures.
Right.
But it looks pretty cool. Coming up, we have your chance to win a Big D's pizza with our How Many. That'll be in just a little bit. Also, a little bit of racing news to get to. Before we do that, a little bit of action from this past weekend. Did you see the video of the sprints on ice up there? Fast Eddie's Hot Wheels on Ice at Houghton Lake. Friday's winners were Mac Erickson with the Great Lakes Lightning Sprints. Saturday, the Super Sprint winner was Dustin Daggett. Him and who was the other guy? I can't remember his name now.
I don't remember, but
They put on a heck of a show.
Really did.
I was like, are they really racing, or are they putting on a show?
Slide job after slide job. That was
Snow
pretty
job.
cool.
Yeah, they were. I think they were having fun though. That was pretty cool. I look forward to that Michigan versus New England stuff for next year. That ought to be pretty cool.
How was the turnout on the Friday show? Do you have any idea?
I don't. I did talk to Les, and we were just talking in general, not just the Friday thing. But he said that people were standing all around the track, shoulder to shoulder. There was just a ton of people there. So
that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. The Dryden Extreme Dirt Car Series was in action Friday at Livonia Speedway. Cody Overton, Brandon's brother, actually picked up the win. On Saturday, it was Kenny Collins. He actually finished second, but was crowned the winner after Brett Dixon came up 20 pounds short. So,
the Doug Frost just told us that Phil Gressman was in the other car.
Phil Gressman, that's right. Thank you.
That Dustin was racing.
Yeah. Next up for the Dry Dream Extreme Dirt Car Series is Thursday, March 24th at Lakeview Motor Speedway in South Carolina, then Rock Galt Memorial at Cherokee Speedway in South Carolina on Friday and Saturday, March 25th and 26th. The NTT IndyCars kicked off their season on Sunday with a first-time winner. Scott McLaughlin picked up the win in the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Next up for the IndyCar Series is the Apple 375 at Texas Motor Speedway. That'll be Sunday, March 20th at 12:30 on NBC.
Racing's getting close, Scott.
It is. Cup Series was in action Sunday at Auto Club Speedway for the Wise Power 400, and of course Kyle Larson, after not knowing that Chase Elliott was there,
right,
through a block or something. I kind of saw the replay. I don't know. He said he didn't know he was there.
Probably an interesting Monday morning meeting at Hendrick Motorsports.
Yes. But Kyle Larson picking up the victory there. Next up for the Cup Series is the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway this Sunday at 3:30 p.m. That'll be on Fox. The Xfinity Series was also in action at Auto Club Speedway for the Production Alliance Group 300. Cole Custer picking up the win there. And next up for the Xfinity Series, the Alsco Uniforms 300 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway on Saturday. That race will be at 4:30 on Fox Sports 1. Got to thank Big D's Pizza, Subs, Ribs, Chicken, and more in Clyde, Ohio. Give them a call, 419-547-1444. Do so right now. You can get some pizza. They'll have it there before you eat, I guess.
Yeah,
we'll say that.
Sure won't be before the end of our show.
Probably not at this point now, unfortunately.
They're quick. But
you can order online, too. OrderBigD'sPizza.com. Again, check out the new cheese and pepperoni pizza bites. Sounds good to me. I wonder if you can get those with just cheese without the pepperoni, because I'm picky.
I'll bet you can.
Yeah, that sounds good. Freeze frame photos for all your racing photo needs. Action shots to victory lane. They have all your favorite drivers. They also do special photo shoots by appointment. Contact Charlie at Freeze Frame Photos at 419-476-9978. And you can still get those custom items like the calendars.
And
can koozies,
hero
whatever.
Cards, can koozies.
So if you're stocking up for the season, you want to give away some things, contact Charlie, find out all the good little knickknacks he has, and or check out the Facebook page, Freeze Frame Photos Online, I believe is the name of the page. You can check out some of the items there. So, and you can stock up, keep them in the pits to give away to little kids. And then maybe one of those little quarter midget guys will be looking up to you. Hey, I like this guy. He gives me free stuff. Yeah.
Someday I will have raced 150 years.
Well, you'll be there a lot quicker than I will.
Yeah, probably.
Ron Miller Race Cars, 334-856-7223 for race cars, parts, safety equipment, service, bodies, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Everything a racer needs. Again, 734-856-RACE. The 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Larson and leading sports streaming service Flow Sports are joining forces to bring a new event to the grassroots racing landscape. Two parties announced last Friday that Kyle Larson presents Flow Racing Late Model Challenge powered by Tezos. I'm not Tezos. It's going to be held Thursday, April 14th at Volunteer Speedway in Tennessee. Dirt Late Model event will be held 3 days prior to the NASCAR Cup Series Food City Dirt Race at nearby Bristol Motor Speedway. So Kyle Larson getting into some Dirt Late Model promotion there. David Allen, the president of Auto Club Speedway, we talked about this a little bit last week. He was asked about the status of the track conversion to a short track on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio's Trading Paint. Allen said quote, timetable has not been established as of yet, unquote. He hopes as they get through the year a little further, they will have a little bit more direction on that. NASCAR's intent to convert the track was first reported by The Athletic on September 8th, 2020. At the time, The Athletic reported the conversion could have been completed by the 2023 season. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case now. Although they did build a freaking racetrack in like a month.
All they did is pave it.
Coliseum.
They paved it and put some stripes on it.
Well, they could do that.
I mean, they
got the seats already at California.
Scott, they made a freaking parking lot.
They got seats.
And then they put some stripes on
Okay,
it.
I'm just saying they
It's
could
not
make
that big
a
a
short
deal.
track in a month, so it could be ready for the 2023 season.
Have you ever been in Florida? And Florida and California's weather is the same. Well, folks up here are talking about building a road. They've built a road and got condos on it. California's, I don't know. They've got their environmentalists.
Oh. You think that's what's holding it up?
Maybe.
Okay. I don't know. Lorraine Raceway Park has a little closer to home here. Lorraine Raceway Park has announced a new addition to the 2022 season schedule. The inaugural Trident Street Stock Nationals will take place on Friday, August 26th and Saturday, August 27th. The Friday portion of the event will be an open practice session from noon until dark on Saturday. The Street Stocks will be joined by the Pure Stocks, who can run in the Trident Street Stock Nationals, plus the Outlaw Super Sprints and the Chargers. I'm not sure what the Chargers are, but gate times and admission prices and more information will be released shortly. The total purse for the event is going to be $46,000.
Wow.
The A main will be $5,000 to win. The B main will pay $3,000 to win. The winner of the C main receives $2,000. So I figured that was worthy of a mention there.
Yeah.
F1 teammates. No, I'm sorry, teammates. Formula One has terminated the Russian Grand Prix contract after canceling the race scheduled for later this year, meaning that Russia will no longer have a race in the future.
I also understand that they have revoked the licenses of any Russian racers that may have been entered in that series.
I heard differently.
Did you? Okay.
I did read.
I don't
read
know.
Differently that they're not suspending them.
Okay.
But
That
they
could
are
be
not going to race in Russia.
Russia.
It's kind of like Dominic Hasek called out Ovechkin, I think it was, because I think he's a Putin fan.
I don't know.
And in saying that the NHL should not let Russian hockey players play. There's a lot of Russian hockey players in the NHL.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Moving on. NASCAR Hall of Fame owner Richard Childress is donating 1 million rounds of ammunition to Ukraine to help out their war against Russia. He announced on Wednesday he was going to be doing this. Childress is currently a member of the Ammo Inc.'s board of directors and said he reached out to Chairman Fred Wagenhals shortly after hearing Ukraine President Zelensky ask for ammunition rather than help to flee the country shortly after Russia invaded last week. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
A trio of former and current NASCAR competitors will take part in the second season of the Superstar Racing Experience, otherwise known as SRX. Tony Stewart, three-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, will return for all 6 rounds of the series this season. I believe he's also the champion, isn't he? Because he won the championship in his own series last year. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Making his SRX debut will be 2003 NASCAR Cup Series champion and 3-time Daytona 500 winner Matt Kenseth. He's going to compete in 3 events. Haley Deegan will return to SRX for 2 races. And, yeah, I guess that's it. That's the 3.
That's 3.
Tony, Matt, and I was thinking there's somebody I was missing, and Haley. So Superstar Racing Experience season begins June 18th at Florida's Five Flags Speedway, and all those races CBS on Saturday nights. Danny Angaias, the Hawaiian driver, otherwise known as the Flying Hawaiian, not to be confused with Shane Yoder. That's a different Flying Hawaiian.
Right.
Danny Angaias, with an Indianapolis 500 career spanning 3 decades, passed away on February 26th of congestive heart complications. He was 79 years old. And Gaius made 11 Indianapolis 500 starts between 77 and 96 with 4 top 10 finishes. His best finish of 4th in 1979 and a top start of 2nd next to pole sitter Tom Sneva in 1978. Gaius began racing motorcycles in Hawaii as a teenager. He earned a Hawaii state title in 1960. He also began drag racing in the early 60s and became one of the top straight-line competitors in America into the early 1970s. So,
John Young says you forgot Ryan Newman in the SRX series.
I did. I knew there was someone else. Thank you, John. I don't know how he didn't make it in there, but yes. Yeah, Ryan Newman.
You said 3 and you quit after Haley
I did,
Deegan,
but Tony was a given. Tony doesn't count.
Really?
Because he's a given. I mean, of course he's going to be racing in his own
Talking about Tony Stewart, you did see that his 140-acre ranch in Indiana is for sale.
What?
For a paltry $30 million.
Yeah, but check this out. This is...
Yeah.
That's... we'll probably get dinged for copyright with the music there, so hopefully that's not copyright. There's... What you get for $30 million is a huge log cabin.
It's really impressive, Scott.
Yeah. I was looking at pictures.
Huge koi pond inside.
Is that the aquarium? It's kind of like Bass Pro Shops.
Yep. Looking.
It's like an empty Bass Pro Shops that you turned into a house and put a bowling alley and a game room. And it's on a little lake there. Oh, there's the pond. Yeah, very nice. But yes, speaking of Tony Stewart, 20,000 square feet, almost 20,000 square feet in Columbus, Indiana. It is for sale now. $30 million will get you.
I wonder if there's any wiggle room on that. I might throw an offer at him.
Really?
Yeah.
Close to the asking price?
It'd have to be
I wonder if it's furnished, if it comes furnished with all these...
everything
with his desk there, and look at that view from the bedroom. I mean, that's pretty cool. You got the lake there. You got what is that? A nice, huge tub,
4-person shower.
Ooh, what is this? It's like the upstairs of Bass Pro Shops here.
It is.
Is it a restaurant? Oh no, it's the game room. There's the bowling alley. That's where I went. And that's pretty cool. He's got a car on the wall and a bunch of helmets. And a bar and some game tables, and I'm not sure what that... Oh, little golfing simulator thing. Yeah. I don't see a boat. Oh, wait. What is that? Little kayaks? He needs more
paddle
boats.
boards.
Yeah. Is that a moose? Is that a deer? Is there moose in Indiana?
That was a moose.
They have those in
Indiana?
They had
mooses.
I didn't know that either. Holy cow, look at that. That is sweet.
It's only 140 acres.
Yeah. It's nice to be Tony Stewart, I guess. One final note before we get to how many here. Montpelier Motor Speedway. This is almost breaking news, although it came out a few hours ago, but we'll give it the breaking news treatment. Montpelier Motor Speedway in Indiana plans to add 8 dirt track truck series shows this summer.
Ooh.
So I guess they have 20 events scheduled, and 8 of the 20 is going to be at Montpelier Motor Speedway. So I guess making it the unofficial home for the dirt track truck series this year.
Oh, that's the 4-cylinder trucks?
That's the thing that I'm surprised Jerry's not with us to announce that. But yes, I'm sure he's all over that. Yeah, as Jerry's the announcer down there, and I wonder if he's going to be racing as well.
I'm seeing a connection there.
Yeah, I don't know if he had anything to do with that, and I was told, and this series may be coming to a track that sponsors the show.
Somewhat closer to us than Montpelier?
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of mentioned that last week, so that is also happening. So.
Roddy Schroyer noted that Tony Stewart went drag racing or is going drag racing, and he needs the money.
Dustin says that was an elk.
Okay.
Not a moose.
They
it had horns. I
didn't know they had elk in Indiana.
Okay. It's all good. So last week's how many cars will finish on the lead lap of the IndyCar Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg? The number was 22.
Ooh.
Yeah, I forgot it's a street course, so really you don't go a lap down very often.
Yeah, but you can wreck.
You can. Jerry was the winner. He picked 17, but I think that he should be discounted since he's not with us tonight. He's not present, so.
Jerry gets the black flag.
But I don't know who is closest between you and I, so I guess it doesn't matter. But John Deere was our winner of our listeners. He picked 19. He was closest with 19 cars finishing on the lead lap. So congratulations to him. He's got himself a Big D's Pizza. If you would like a chance to win a Big D's Pizza, here's this week's how many. I don't know how this one popped in my head, but it did.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. How many letters, as in alphabetical letters, will be on the hood of the winning car in the Las Vegas Cup race this weekend?
The hell you smoking, boy?
So, yeah.
Oh, my.
It could be 0 if there's no sponsor on there, or it could be, if there's a ton of writing on that hood.
Wow.
Yeah.
You invented this one, Scott.
I did.
You go first.
I think I was tired when I came up with it, so.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with, hell, I'd have no idea. I'm going with 20. I'm going to say there's going to be 20 letters. And it's not words, it's individual letters of the winning car. And if the hood comes off during the race and that car wins, which doesn't usually happen, then that'd be 0. Or if
that could
if it's
happen
just a
maybe at
picture,
Martinsville,
if it's just a picture on the hood, like was it Corey LaJoie had his face on it? He didn't really have any letters, so I mean that could be 0 too.
You picked 20.
I did 20 letters. So that's like a couple words.
So obviously Jerry's not here. That means I've either got to go 20.
You got to go high or low.
21 or 19. I'm going 19, Scott.
Oh. I can't even read what I wrote there. 19. All right, so you
boy.
got the under. So there you go. If you want a chance to win a Big D's Pizza, put your guess as a number in the comments of our Facebook Live video or the YouTube Live video. Yes, hood only.
Yes, Dean.
Just
hood only.
On the hood.
Not the windshield, just the hood.
Just the hood. So
not the fenders either.
Yeah, so if there's text that kind of goes across the hood and onto the fender, it's whatever's on the hood.
Just the hood.
So I'm going to have to get a good picture of the winning car so I can tell. And if there is a little bit of gray area there, we may, if you're within like 3 or 4, we may throw them into the pot.
If part of a letter is there.
Yeah. If there's part of a letter, then we may have a 2 or 3 letter fudge number. And then if there's a tie, we'll just we'll spin the Big D's Pizza wheel.
So if it says Big D's Pizza and the A is on the fender, it counts as 9.
Oh, yeah, A in pizza. It's at the end. I got it. I was like, there's no A in Big D's. Pizza. Got it.
There is an A in pizza, Scott. Oh, man.
Speaking of Big D's Pizza, this weekend's Big D's Pizza racing menu is empty, but
wait.
On the horizon, we can see some things. I've actually added our first race in Northwest Ohio on our Big D's Pizza racing menu coming up on Friday, March 18th. Today is the 3rd.
15 days hence.
15 days, so just a little over 2 weeks. Racing is coming. And this weekend sounds like it would be perfect for it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 70 other than the rain. But, yeah.
Well, and Attica has announced their first 2 races will have Saturday as a built-in rain date. So
yeah. So the Friday race scheduled there is construction equipment and supply night with the 410 sprints, the UMP late models, and 305s. Gates are scheduled to open at 5 o'clock, racing at 7:45, and adult general admission is $18. And as Ron mentioned, the rain date is Saturday the 19th and that's not just rain. It's a rain, snow, cold date of Saturday. Gates would open at 2 if they use that, and racing would be at 5 for the rain date. So there you have it. And that's about it for this edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report. I want to thank our guests from the Capitol Quarter Midget Association up there in
Scott,
Lansing.
I am so impressed with how well those young racers, and not just the ones that we had on tonight, all the quarter midget racers are so well spoken. Congratulations to their parents or the associations they race with. It's a real pleasure talking to those kids.
And before I forget, if you're listening to us on the podcast, we'll give you until noon on... Now, what time's the race? I already mentioned
3
it.
o'clock.
3 o'clock? We give you till 3 o'clock on Sunday to pick your...
Now wait, will there be any practice televised?
I don't know. It's
We better
not like
shut,
you can't see the cars now anyways.
better shut. Yeah, but
All right, we'll say noon Sunday. You can guess up until noon on Sunday. Just
All
find the Facebook Live and put your guess in the comments, where you see a whole bunch of guesses of just numbers. That's what that is. Thanks to associate producer Dave Kemmer and contributors Matt Swander, John Young, Doug Dock, and Bob Stazak. Next week on the show, we are talking the Chris Howard Memorial
oh yeah,
with Danny Schaefer and Chris Sands, I believe, is going to be joining us.
very good.
And then 2 weeks from tonight, we'll have our Attica Raceway preview. See if we can get Rex Lejeune back on to talk about their upcoming season there. They always have a lot of great shows on tap.
And if we can't get Rex, we'll get whoever we think is going to be the feature winner. And
We could get John Boers, or we could get Brian Lisky.
Mikey.
Neither of them are going to win.
we could get Mike Boers,
You think he's going to win the feature?
maybe.
Okay. Are you going to go race,
No,
Steve?
my car's still in the race trailer.
What about Steve? Steve headed over there?
I don't know.
All right, we'll have to ask him. Thanks again to our sponsor. Oh, no Hammer Down hotline playback for this week. Nobody called us. Nobody's been calling the Hammer Down hotline. We might have to just shut it down, I think. But if just for the heck of it, I'm going to put this out there. There's the Hammer Down hotline number, 419-318-3081. 419-318-3081.
If you don't want to see it go away, give us a call this week.
Yeah. If you got an opinion on something we talked about in tonight's show, feel free to share it, and we'll play it back next week. To be totally honest, I didn't even check it this week, but usually I get a notice on my phone when somebody calls. So I'm pretty sure there's nothing on there. Thanks again to our sponsors. Again, brand new sponsor, Dominator Race Products. Make sure to get out and support them, as well as Oakshade Raceway, Big D's Pizza, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, and Hunters Barber Studio and Salon down in Perrysburg.
Dominator Race Products, title sponsor of the Oakshade Raceway Superstocks.
And it's going to be a sponsor on my Superstock.
Oh, my. Don't you embarrass them, Scott.
Now I have a lot of pressure. Thanks.
That's it.
All right. We'll see you next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Again, it's the Chris Howard Memorial show with Danny Schaefer and Chris Sands.
Howard. Chris Sands, yeah.
Wrong Chris. Okay.
Wrong Chris.
We'll see you next week.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.